All right, it looks like everything is ready to start. Ladies and gentlemen, good morning, boys and girls, everybody, and welcome to SEAT here at the Frankfurt Motor Show. On behalf of our communications team and the marketing team members, I'd like to say thank you very much for joining us here and to be here with us. And on a special occasion, the world premiere of the new Leon ST. My name is Antonio Valdivieso, and I currently deal with brand and product communications. Right, for me, it's a real pleasure to have the opportunity to share with you the novelties of the new Leon ST. This car is about design, and this car is about technology. This is a nice combination of a beautiful design, the car that represents the SEAT brand values, and an extraordinary performance, functionality, and technology. So, on this occasion, to talk about the car, that is not a name, Leon is not a name anymore that represents only one car, but it has become a real family. The Leon ST, together with the 5-door version and the SC, the 3-door version, now the three of them are a family. And for us, it's a special occasion because of that, because the name Leon does not stand for a car anymore. It is the Leon among the states, and it's the family. So, as I mentioned before, this car is about technology, this car is about design. And for that, today we have with us our Director of Design, Alejandro Mesonero, and our Technical Project Manager, Dr. Michael Hinz. They will walk you through the main things on design and the main things on technology. And for that, we have prepared a short presentation, right? Each one of them will talk to you about the design and technical particularities of the car. And after that, you will have the opportunity to ask your questions and say your comments. And for that, we have not chosen a standard alphabetical order like we normally do. So we have done a little draw, an internal draw, and I will assign a number to each one of you. At the same time, we'll say hello to Eduardo from Italy with the number 1. We'll start the Q&A round after Mr. Alejandro Mesonero finishes his speech. Then will come Rui from Portugal with number 2, Scott with the number 3 from the UK, number 4, Jan from Germany, number 5, Carlos from Spain, Moritz from Germany as well, number 6, and finally, last but not least, Giuseppe from Spain. Then after that, Michael Hinz will do a short introduction of what his important role at SEAT, and then we'll do it the other way around. That means Giuseppe will start, Moritz will follow, Carlos, Jan, Scott, Rui, and finally Eduardo will finish the Q&A session. So, once again, a pleasure for me to be here with you. We're going to have fun. We're going to learn within the next minutes. And Alejandro, I'd like to pass the microphone to you. Thanks for being with us as well today. And please go ahead.
Good. Thank you very much, Antonio. And good morning to everyone. Welcome to our SEAT stand. I would like to go with you through the new Leon ST, our latest release from the family, from the Leon family. As you know, we had already presented 3-door Leon, the SC, the 5-door, and then this is the third car of the family is the station wagon. You can appreciate in the images the front end of the new Leon ST, which shares the face with the rest of the family. It's a face, you know it now very well because it's on the roads everywhere. It's a face that inspires, that reflects character. We believe that a car has to have a strong character, it has to have emotion, it has to have this strength of the person that knows what he wants, especially around the eyes, what we consider the eyes of the car, which is the headlamps. And then we have been concentrating very much to give this expression of self-confidence, of good technology, in let's say wrapped in a nice good design. So it's an excellent face, the new face of SEAT. And then the novelty is actually on the rear. So if you come with me, I'd like to show you what we have done on this new Leon ST. Basically, you know, when we started the project, we were asked, and this was the challenge, how to make a family car to look good, to look seducing. Because normally, you know, family cars or station wagons, they've been maybe they've been designed, or people think that they are a little bit boring. They are for the family. You have to make a compromise. You can have a very nice car when you buy an ST, an station wagon. And then the challenge was to make something that looked really good. What have we done? Basically, what we have done from the B-post towards the rear, it's everything new. We really work on the proportions of the car to make it look sporty, to have a good stance. Then we have done a sloping roof towards the rear to give a speed to the vehicle, and really good angle on the rear, not too vertical, not too inclined, because it has to be practical. This is very important. And then we have the right amount of rear overhang on the rear. Not too much, not too little. Then again, the name of the game was to keep a good level of practicality with a nice design that is emotional and that will attract people. As you can see, also we have emphasized the sheet metal around the wheel arch to make the car to look really well seated on the wheels. So it has a muscle. It's not flat. It has shape all around. All the lines on the rear, they are quite tight, as you can see, precise. This is the kind of line that we have all around the car. Very precise, very sharp, very visible. We have also this time a line that is not in the 5-door or in the SC to actually reproportion the boot in a better way, since the loading height it's lower than on the 5-door. It's lower because in a family car, in a station wagon, you bring in more goods probably, or more often, or bigger than in a 5-door. So always the challenge then again was very much to keep the practicality of a station wagon, but allow the client to really get in love with the car in the first time and then discover that it's also very practical. Actually, we have one of the biggest boots in the segment. I think actually that the most interesting part is going to be your questions, so I will use the time now to listen to them and then try to answer in the best way. So I'm all yours. You can ask me now whatever you feel.
Good, Alejandro. Thanks a lot. Then we said we're going to start with Eduardo from Italy. Please go ahead, Eduardo.
Okay. Hello, everybody.
Hello, Eduardo.
Hello.
Hi.
My question. We know that the design of a vehicle has a specific social meaning. For example, rounded lines are synonymous with safety, or angular lines are synonymous with aggressiveness. But how much social trends influence the design of a car, and in particular of this car?
Sorry, so much social
meaning, social situation. So in some period, people need safety. In other period, people need sportiveness, aggressiveness, and so
okay.
The designer thinks about this or not?
Yes, listen, this is part of our job is actually to answer to the people's needs. So we have to be very open, we have to listen, we like to listen to the people, what they want, what they don't want. And when we were designing this team, we actually realized, and on my own experience also, is that sometimes you want to have a nice station wagon because you need a space, not only for the family, but also if you want to transport your bicycles or your surf, you need space. So this is a real need of the people. And then comes the fact that some of the people, they say, okay, listen, yeah, but you know, I really like the sportivity of the 5-door, but I need the practicality of that. So how we combine it? And this is the whole game for us, and the challenge and the fun of it, to combine, which is not easy because we have, you know, a lot of practical parameters that we have to keep. Like for instance, the entrance of the boot has to be wide enough to bring good big objects when you go to buy furniture, because, you know. So this is all what you have to combine. So the social aspect and to think about the people is very important. I consider sometimes designers a little bit like the people between the pure technique and also the client. We make sure that the technique or the technology, we make it attractive to people.
Okay, Alejandro, thanks a lot. Let's jump now to Rui from Portugal with number 2. Rui, good morning.
Good morning. Hello, all of you. Thank you for the invitation. Alejandro, you didn't show the panoramic sunroof. I don't know if that car is equipped with it. Can you show the main challenges or the main design features that it has?
Actually, you know, obviously the panoramic roof, you get the most of it when you are at the rear. I think it's a very important. It's not a specificity of station wagons. I think obviously the roof is longer, so we can make it bigger. But I think in any car, and on the 5-door and 3-door, we have also a panoramic roof. It's really nice to have the lightness that offers you a panoramic roof. Since this car is maybe more intended to for families to have children at the back, I think it's excellent. They have fun looking at at what's going on, the sky, and it gives you light, it gives you space. It's really, really nice. From the design point of view, there is no any specific constraint to design a solar roof, a panoramic roof, and it looks really also good from the outside.
Okay, thank you.
Good. For number 3, Scott Fulton from the UK. Good morning, Scott.
Hi, good morning.
Morning, Scott.
Obviously, as enthusiasts of the brand, we're really excited to see 3 models of Leon. It's good that it gives us that choice. Interesting question, though. In terms of the model lineup now, do you see this as a replacement for the Altea? Where does that kind of sit in your future plans compared to obviously having the estate now?
You know, the Leon family is a quite big family already. We had before a Leon that had to do many jobs at the same time, the 3-door, 5-door station wagon, so it was quite complex. Now we have a specific use for each body, for each need for the client. We have the 3-door, which is quite sporty, the 5-door that is also very sporty, but it has more room inside, and then the ST, which to me looks absolutely fantastic in terms of proportions. It looks sporty, it looks capable. What's next? Next, you will see this family growing up, of course. There will be more versions, and we will show you this really soon. And then also, we believe that we have an Altea that is really a nice car. It's a very nice MPV, sporty. It has the values of Seat. The car still goes very well, sells very well. We're going to continue with it, obviously, because it's nice. And then we are working in several projects or options to replace Altea. Basically, what we have to replace, it's a vehicle that has a very nice design, that has a good practicality inside, and a higher sitting position. So we are working on that, and hopefully you can see things coming in some time.
All right.
Okay.
Okay, so now we turn to number 4, Jan Gleitzmann from Germany. Good morning, Jan.
Hello, good morning.
Morning, Jan.
When you were drawing the first sketches, new Leon ST, which other design elements, objects had an influence on your work?
You know, when forgetting the inspiration, we don't get, or I don't get inspiration particularly for any object. It's more about the experience you have or the things that you find by chance in a daily basis activity. So everything that you get, it could be exhibitions, it could be just walking around the city or looking at people how they use cars. I like that. Or just driving on the motorway and looking to different cars. you get ideas, you get things coming to you, a little bit like water is coming into a sponge, and all that, it has to be worked out in your brain, and then when you sit down to draw, somehow this alchemy, it's working, and then it goes into the paper. Sometimes, yes, you find an object that maybe inspires you especially, but it's quite hard after to translate it to a shape. So it's more a state of mind. It's more, let's say, your experience as a person. It's more the curiosity that you have to see things around you.
Okay, thank you.
Welcome.
Good. Thanks, Alejandro. Now we turn to number 5, Carlos from Spain. Good morning. Buenos días, Carlos. Adelante.
Hola, Carlos. We cannot listen, Carlos.
Carlos, can read you. I can read you.
¿Ahora?
Ahora sí.
Ahora.
Adelante,
Buenos días.
Carlos. Buenos días, Carlos.
Que siendo la versión familiar, ¿qué sistemas de seguridad destacaríais?
The safety system or the safety items that we have in the ST actually are shared with the 5-door. So we have a full range of airbags inside, and then there is no specific security item on the car. It has all what the 5-door has, or the 3-door, all the airbags, and then same thing. Obviously, it has more overhang, so I guess in case of a rear impact, you have more sheet metal to deform, but there is no specificity on that, on the ST.
Okay. Okay, so let's go now back to Germany with Moritz Nolte. Good morning, Moritz.
Hola, and good morning from Germany.
Yeah.
Morning, Moritz.
Our reader Toby asks, the car bodies of that Leon and the Seat Leon ST have many sharp edges. Is that to look sporty? And how does that work in detail?
Yes, actually the access is voluntary. I think that a good design, or our philosophy is that a good design has to be an extremely simple object, well proportioned. This is very important, and then you can see in the 3 Leons, this is what we have done. Beautiful proportions. This is like a human body. It has to look good in the proportions, and then the suit or the clothes, they have to, so the style of the car or the clothes, they have to suit properly this skeleton, this architecture, this human body. So this is the main thing. When we have these proportions, actually, we have to do what we call the style of the car. And in SEAT, we voluntarily chose lines which are very sharp. Sharp because it shows precision, which is one part of our DNA. We are part of the Volkswagen Group, and the precision, the quality, it's one of our strongest points. But also we want emotion. We believe that sheet metal has to provide emotion, has to provide the notion of movement, because automobile, like the word says, is automobile. So it has to move. It has to move even if it's standing still. We want to have this impression that the car is going to be agile, is going to be nimble when it drives. So you can see actually that the car has very soft surfaces between the lines. The sheet metal has strength with the round shapes, but then you find the sharp lines that you are mentioned, like the tornado line or the blisters, this one, with the triangle that is fading out. So it's like if you're throwing a stone, you will see a movement from front to back and disappears. So this is exactly what we're doing. We're doing sharp lines that show movement, and they show precision. I can tell you it has been extremely hard for designers and engineers, especially for our friends, for the engineers, to have this kind of sharpness, which is absolutely outstanding. And it will be difficult to find around the motor show sharper lines than what we have in the Leon today, and sharper corners. So sharp lines with soft surfaces on good proportions, this is our language.
Okay, thank you, Alejandro.
Good, Alejandro. Thanks. Now, last but not least, Josep come out from
Hi.
Spain. Buen día, compañero. Endavant.
Buen día.
Hola, Josep.
Hola. Okay, we're talking about design, but I'd like to go a little further. So, okay, I imagine I'm a next client, and I want to buy a family car, but everything I see is SUV. So I see you're bidding for a familiar car, family car. Can you, or how can you convince me that Leon ST is better or interesting or more interesting to me rather than an SUV?
Okay, the ST or the station wagon as an architecture is a different animal of the SUV.
Mm-hmm.
SUV provides you space, of course, more headroom, and then bigger ground clearance. And some of them, not all, they are also four-wheel drive. So it's a different, I would say it's a different need. I really believe that not everyone needs an SUV. SUVs are important, they are growing up, and as you know, it's not a secret, we are also working in projects on that kind, which they will have to be decided. But we really believe that there is a space for a really nice station wagon, for let's say, a car that doesn't need to have more space than already an ST, a station wagon, which is a lot. People, not all the people need a four-wheel drive, and then not everyone needs or wants to be sitting higher up. So it's, I think it's complementary. There is nothing wrong with the SUVs. There's nothing wrong with the station wagons. I think that they are, then again, as I said, different animals that live together, and it's a question of choice.
Mm-hmm. Thank you.
Good, Alejandro. Thanks a lot. Okay, gentlemen, if any of you has an additional questions, feel free to ask. Otherwise, we just run into the second part with Dr. Michael Hint. Okay? Good. So if there are no more questions to Alejandro, I'd like to say, Alejandro, thanks a lot
Thank you very much.
being here, for having answered all our guest questions. And then now we pass on the microphone to Dr. Michael Hint to talk about technique, the second big word behind the new Leon ST. Dr. Michael Hint, good afternoon, my good friend and colleague. Dr. Michael Hint is the technical project manager at our technical center in Barcelona, in headquarters in Martorell, Spain. Dr. Michael Hint has a key role in the development of any project because he's the guy that looks after every single area of the development of the project. He is like I said, a key person, and I'd like him to introduce himself and explain you exactly what his job is. Michael, go ahead, please.
Thank you. A pleasure from my side being here and explaining you all the new details on the new Leon ST. To my person, as you can hear in my accent, I'm German, and that is no secret. I have my past at Volkswagen, and as an engineer, I moved over to SEAT, where I'm responsible for project management. Just to give you an idea, what is this guy talking about? It's like playing football, to take just a different picture. If you imagine Alejandro just is one aspect of the car, he is doing the design. I have an engine guy, there's a guy from electric. All those guys want to do the best car in the world. The problem is you have to do that together. And of course, as a brand SEAT, we have to be on a very interesting price, and therefore you have to keep the money, the time, and all those lovely content. You have to get that together and to coordinate that, and that is basically my role. But I'm here today to explain you more in detail what is the story behind the ST. So I'm talking really about little things normally you would never see, or in the catalog. Of course, I will talk a little bit about engines, but just to give you an idea, what is the things we are doing at Martorell. Talking Martorell, we have our own technical center. The head of the technical engineering center is Dr. Matthias Rabe, and we there really develop those cars. And we are, of course, very proud. We are Spanish and we are German. So I will walk you from the front to the back with little things. Some of the things Alejandro mentioned, and I give you a little bit of the technical content. So let's start with one of the most beautiful headlamps in industry, which is LED technology. And of course, it's not only the design, but one of the advantages is that on LED light, we are the first basically introducing, or we introduced this in the A segment. You have almost daylight. Yeah, so this is very comfortable for your eyes driving at night. Technical speaking, the light temperature is almost the same to daylight. Another point, and what is the intention behind that, that is the reduction of electrical energy. You basically can run those LEDs more or less 15% less than a conventional bulb or even xenon. So here you see a perfect idea. It's design and technical driven. Talking about fuel consumption, and this is one of the things we are very proud on the Leon family, as Alejandro mentioned. Fuel efficiency is a package. Yesterday I was asked, okay, what is the engine doing and all that. Basically, you have to optimize the car in every part. You have to, of course, engine is one part, but we reduced the weight in this car, and we are one of the lightest car in the industry in this segment. Technically, how do we do that? We use a lot of warm-pressed steel, basically, which is state-of-the-art. So you can reduce the thickness with the same strength, and overall that reduces the weight, which is, and again, one of the ideas of SEAT, drivability. Yeah, if you have a sporty, if you want to engineer a sporty car, you have to reduce weight. On the other hand, we are affordable. So I cannot walk all the aluminum and all the other concepts. So we really have to do a very smart engineering. This is just a little attention on the LED, but let's have a look. I will turn the car now. Another aspect of fuel efficiency, yes, is, of course, the air resistance. You can optimize the air resistance, and this was one of the questions. Why? What is the big difference between a station and an SUV? One of the things that the car is lower, of course. So to reach fuel-efficient standards, it is much easier on this type of car. As Alejandro said, those are two animals basically living. Yeah, they have different ideas behind. Let's go back to fuel efficiency. One of the things you see here is an edge. You would say, what is this for? You see this part basically, and this has a very high impact on fuel efficiency. I will just show the flow of air, my hand following, and here basically you make sure that the air goes up to the roof of the car, and that reduces the pressure you basically build up on the front screen. This is just a little example. Another example, again, a compromise between design and technical engineering. If you look on this shape of this beautiful mirror, of course we have the light. As I said, light is important for SEAT. Yeah, we think light is one of the key elements a customer will see in the future. Of course, we have the light indicator here, but if you look on the shape of the mirror, it would look strange at the first glance, but imagine, or the idea behind this, the shape is just that way, that in case of rain, the water walks all the way up. So the customer has two effects. First of all, you don't have any rain on your side window, and the aerodynamic resistance of the mirror is also optimized. Another little detail, here's a gap. I know I'm now very detailed, but this really, again, reduces the drag on the mirror. So this is the little details. Going now to the back of the car, I would go a little bit from the exterior, and I will talk a little bit also about the details in the interior. Alejandro stated, and as he said, you know, it's a beautiful line, but from an engineering point of perspective, to build this in a tooling, you have to do many labs and engineering labs to find a way to do this in steel. If you take a piece of paper at home, it's very simple. You just bend that and that's it. But this is one big tool, and in this tool you have all those soft radiuses, and on the other hand you have those sharp lines. And to engineer that, that is one of the challenges. At the end of the day, and this is why I believe this is one of the most beautiful cars in the segment, is exactly this precision we get into the car. Another element is safety. We were just talking about lightweight. Lightweight also means you have to, on the one hand, you build a very light car. On the other hand, you want to build a very safe car. Just to give you another example of this idea and how you engineer that, it's the A-pillar. The thickness of the A-pillar is one of the lowest in this moment you can see. The one thing, basically, from a customer point of view, you don't want to have an A-pillar. It should be very thin. On the other hand, this is one of the key structure elements in case of crash. So you have to be very precise in your design to ensure that the cage, basically, this part, keeps all the impact forces through the A-pillar, B-pillar, and to the C-post. Again, a little example of the compromise we find to do a great design with all the technology you demand today from a customer point of view. Now let's have a look on the back of the car. Like in the front, we have those beautiful LED headlights. Little detail again here, you see this sharp line. This is not just because it looks great, it also has a huge impact on the wind resistance on the car on the back, because with a sharp line, you know that from planes, at the end, you change the air fluid, and therefore you can reduce the wind resistance on this car. Another point, what Alejandro also stated, is the big boot you have on the car. Comes with a double floor. We just can move this, very simple. And we just can show you. Imagine you go to IKEA, you have those big things. As a father of 3 kids, I know going to the beach, you know, sometimes you have to transport things and a surfboard, whatever, and this all fits into this car. Those are the elements, and this is what we see in SEAT. We are engineering and we are design, and of course, as we are a dynamic brand. Therefore, we offer a wide range of engines on this car. We will offer also CNG, a CNG version of this car, and there's more to come. Panoramic sunroof we already mentioned, and there are also some assistant systems, radar-based cruise control, Fernlichtassistent, all the things which are state-of-the-art you can get as an option on this beautiful car. So let's have a look in the interior. Ich gehe mal auf den. Basically, what we see here is the connectivity we offer at SEAT, as we believe connectivity is one of the most important things we will see in the future. And therefore, this is one of the key elements we see. On the other hand, what Alejandro also mentioned, clear lines, very sharp design, which basically leads us to the brand values of our brand. One thing we also have to say on our cars, you can vary the seat position. The car is longer than the basic Leon, so you have a lot of space in the back, all kinds of seating positions for really big guys, small guys, as my wife. So this is the basic content. As we said, it's a family, and it started with the 5-door, 3-door, now this ST version. One detail, of course, this is Leon, but we are very proud of that, is the design and the clarity. If you look on the door openers, this is the preciseness we really, this is what we love at SEAT. Finally, those are the things on the ST, as I mentioned. We offer a wide range of engines, CNG, and there will be more to come. One last thing, just getting out of the car, sound also is important for our young customers, and therefore, of course, with the sound system, you get a really great package on this car. I think those are the technical highlights. I could continue, but I think if we then walk and go back to the Q&A, from my side, I'm happy to hear your questions and answer.
Good, Michael. That's been good. I mean, let me tell you guys that I've been around for over 20 years. And out of those 22 years I've been around, 9 I have spent them at the R&D facility. So it's always nice for me to listen to people talking about technical aspects of the car. Now, Michael, let's face the challenge of answering the questions of my of our guests today. So, like I said before, we'll do it the other way around. We'll start with Giuseppe this time, and then Moritz will follow. So, Giuseppe from Spain, Motor Pasión, please go ahead.
Okay, I'd like to stop for a moment in the expression that you used, and before you, Alejandro, used too, that more to come. What is exactly more to come? Are we talking about communication in between vehicles? For example, is the Leon ST thought in that line, or?
Yeah, what I said, we are talking as a family. I'm talking more to come means we will. I'm talking about engine range and, of course, technical content. So this is basically the starting point now we are at, and let's say it this way, since this is clear, we will come up with interesting engine concepts on this car also.
Okay.
Good, Michael, Giuseppe. Now, Moritz from Germany, Automobile Blog. Please go ahead.
Hello to Germany.
Ja, hallo Michael erstmal.
Hallo Moritz.
The next question is concerning the kids. Does the Seat Leon ST have special child car seat preparation, ISOFIX? And another question, let me see where it is. Does side windows in the back have a kind of squeeze protection, yes, so the children cannot hurt?
Yes. Imagine I would come home with this car without this pinch protection. My wife would kill me. So this, the answer is of course yes. And to give you an idea on ISOFIX, here basically you already see the ISOFIX. There is a I'm just getting out of the way. There you can see the preparation on the ISOFIX. So, clearly this is a children's car, and as a father, I can tell you one of the important things that you can block the window. So, basically, if the kids are putting up the window up and down, you can block that as well. But honestly, this is standard. This is nothing special or on the ST. This is simply state of the art.
Okay, thank you.
Good. gentlemen. Now it's the turns go to Carlos Merodio from Ellas Conduces, Spain. Carlos, adelante.
Hola, Carlos.
Hola. Mira, además de tener una capacidad de carga mayor frente al León, ¿también gana espacio interior para sus ocupantes?
Yeah, Michael, Carlos is saying that apart from the fact that the Leon ST has a higher load capacity, does the Leon ST gets a lot more interior space and capacity as well?
Yes. What we just said, the wheelbase is increased by this car, and I give you an example. I'm now a small guy, but you can see very clearly this is more than an average customer will need, and the seating position is now in the middle. This is one of the ideas, and as I already mentioned, the volume is 1,407 liters, so this is a big value for this kind of sporty car.
Good, Michael, thanks. So the baton goes now to Jan Gleitzmann from Auto Drive, Guide from Germany. Jan, please go ahead.
Yeah, hello.
Hello.
I have a very specific question from one of my readers. He's wondering, the Leon ST comes with 17-inch alloy wheels. Is he able to put 19-inch on it, and what's the biggest size you can put on?
Okay. This, to be precise, I cannot answer this precise. It depends. For example, if you have snow chains, then you are limited. But 19 is no problem. And of course, we will offer in aftermarket or from Seat Sport bigger wheels even. The problem always is you have to reduce the travel. Of course, in a very sporty car, and if you want to drive very sporty, then you can reduce the way of travel. But as a car for all customers, this is basically the limit up to 19-inch, and the alloy wheel, we start with 16-inch wheels here.
Okay, thank you.
Good, Jan. Now, Scott Fulton from SeatCupra.net in the UK. Scott, your turn.
Hello.
Hi, Scott.
Thanks for your presentation. Just a question. I think it's been covered and Seat have announced that at some point there will be a four-wheel drive version of the ST coming. Do you have any more information on timescales for that?
Well, I said there's more to come. On that topic, I will not be very precise, but of course, we are part of and we are a proud part of the Volkswagen Group. And the things you basically see in the group, we are always thinking, okay, how can we use this and utilize that? On the other hand, now let's start. We have already a wide range, and therefore that is basically it for today.
Okay, thank you.
All right. Okay, Rui Augusto, Autoblog Portugal. Muy buenas. Adelante.
Muy buenas.
As part of the Volkswagen Group and sharing many parts as the platform, and what are the main arguments you would mention to make someone choose between a Leon ST, between a VW Golf variant or a Skoda Octavia Combi? What do you think the main things that differentiate those cars?
This is one of the questions I like. For why? Of course, we take the modules out of the group, and this ensures quality. This is clear. If you look on a chassis, for example, we will not invent or develop an own axle because of quality reasons, of course, investment, engines, durability, and all those topics. But what we do as an engineering team, and we have all that, we have an own engine department at Seat and chassis department. This is the refining. That is what you would say, okay, on the chassis, for example, you take different parts, but if you change the spring load, dampening rate, the rubbers, you can totally change the behavior of a car. Yeah, if you do that bad, okay, obviously you're doing something wrong. But at Seat, we have a long history especially on the chassis department. Yeah, we have thousands of kilometers we were running to adjust a Seat as a Seat. So you will always drive a Seat is different than the Golf. And if you look, for example, all the entertainment thing, we have a different concept. Yes, we are using the same, if you would say, hardware, but at the end of the day, for the customer, this is a different idea. And using different parts gives the car a different character, and that is, at the end of the day, we could reduce weight because some of the things are not in this car. And therefore, this is a different package. So for me, it's very clear. Golf is a Golf, and a Leon is a Leon, with very different directions. And if you look, there are, of course, some compromises we did, but we said, okay, as a Seat, this is the right compromise to do.
Good, Michael, that was quite clear. And then finally, last but not because of that, the least important, of course, Eduardo Margiotta. Red Light from Italy. Eduardo, adelante.
Hi. Hi.
Hi, Eduardo.
Hi. We know that in your group, Audi is a key player in a high-performance station wagon, for example, with RS6 Avant. But Leon ST is also a sport car, in particular with certain engines. What kind of commitment is to combine the Seat sportiness on a family vehicle like this one?
As I said, in the range now we are up to 135 kilowatts. We are looking ahead, and as I said, let's start with that what we are doing now, because as the brand said, we have now built up two families. We have the Ibiza family and we have the Leon family, and we started, and you can already get this car, you know, with 135 kilowatts, which is impressive, and with the weight, it's a very dynamic car. But you're right, of course, I'm an engineer too. There's always opportunity. Let's do it this way. But these are things we have to discuss, we have to check, and yeah, just start one step after another. This is the idea behind the thing.
Okay, Michael, thanks a lot. Thanks a lot, you guys as well. So there is still some time for you. Feel free to ask another question or make another comment if you like before we say bye-bye to Michael.
Okay, I've got a technical question.
Please, you said.
No, perhaps I've got the data in the catalog, but
okay.
It's about the front assist system.
Mm-hmm.
What is the maximum speed at which the system detects and prevents and reacts with the brake?
Basically, it's a radar-based system. The problem on a radar system is not the speed. It's covered basically over the whole range, but we basically cut then at a certain speed. But the challenge for a radar-based system is not the top speed, it's always the lower speed, because then you have the challenge, the distance gets very small, and this is the critical thing, and that is why an automotive or an automatic cruise system is so complex. And that is why we do a lot of accidents in the city, because we think, yeah, there's a distance of 2 meters or 3, whatever, and you can stop. But from a technical point, you cannot stop. And since the AC system does this and does the measurement, this is also from the technical point of view the challenge. But this system goes down to 0. So if you follow a car, it stops. This car will also stop. This is basically the improvement we see. In the last years, the first AC systems, they stopped more or less, or they said a message, you know, now the system is cancelled, depending on the company at 30 kilometers and less. But so this is clearly the future, and with the radar system, this is not shown on this car, but you will see that on all the automotive cars. You will see a radar detection system in front of the car, and this is basically the future, because with this you can do a lot of things. Of course, we have a lane assist system, Müdigkeitserkennung. This is a tire recognition system. this is everything we have on board.
Okay, thank you.
Good. Excellent, Michael. Anything else, guys?
Can I just ask a quick question?
Okay, please, Scott, go ahead.
Do you know, presumably you have an idea of which models in the Leon family you expect to sell the most. Do you have a kind of order? Where do you think the ST is going to sell the most, or the SC?
I will not say anything about volumes here, clearly, but as I mentioned, the idea is if you look on the Ibiza, we are very successful, and we have planned a significant amount on the ST because we believe this is a car which basically we missed on the Leon family, and therefore depending on market, because STs are very different in different markets. For example, Germany is a very strong market. Other countries are not, how I would say that, interested in this kind. You sell them, but at the end of the day, the customer decides, and therefore we will see.
Thank you.
Okay, okay. Well, thank you very much. Dr. Michael Hinz, thank you very much.
Thank you.
Everybody.
Nice talking to you.
Right. It's been a pleasure.
Pleasure
Michael.
talking to you guys. Thank you.
Good. It's been a pleasure as usual, Mike. Always nice to have Michael. Always nice to have you here. So, gentlemen, boys, it's been great. It's been a pleasure for me to be here with you today to talk about the new Leon ST. The new Leon ST for the company is an important milestone because, as I said before, the Leon is not a single car anymore. It's a family of cars. And then the Leon will be the second strong pillar. We will develop this pillar strong because that will help us to achieve a sustainable future. This car is about design. This car is about technology. And we've been with Alejandro Mesnero and Michael Hinz. So I will take the words of them. The two of them have said there's more to come. I'd like you to stay tuned because there will be more to come. My pleasure to have been here with you. Thank you very much. Have a nice day.